Do you struggle to speak English fluently because you take time to think in your head? If so, then let me tell you, you are not alone. Many of others have the same problem. And at the very beginning, I want to clear one thing about fluency. Fluency is not about perfection, it's about confidence. I am saying it because I have talked with many learners. Okay, I have seen and observed that why they are not able to speak English fluently, because they always try to speak with perfect grammar. Okay, and that is not possible, and that reduce the flow of conversation. Hello everyone, welcome to this new another video. My name is Rimjhim, and today in this video I am going to reveal the secret to speak English fluently and naturally. So listen carefully and watch this video until the end. The best way to speak English fluently and naturally is start thinking in English. But how? How could you make your brain to think in English? Before explaining this, I really want you to know that what are the reasons that stops you to directly think in English. And the biggest reason I assumed till now is you always try to translate from your native language into English. What do? You always first think in your native language. After that, you try to translate that whole sentence into English, and that slows you down. Okay, and what do you feel? You feel frustrating while talking because you are taking too much time, right? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew everything what to say, but you find yourself stuck translating from your native language, right? I know it happens everyone. I have also struggled with this same problem. I remember when I started learning English, I used to translate a lot. I used to translate the whole sentence from my native language into English. So today I really want to help you that how you can start thinking in English directly. But first, we are talking about reasons, right? So, second reason is lack of immersion. It means you are not surrounded by English daily. Okay, your brain has not enough practice to think in English naturally. Your brain has actually two ways of learning a language. First is passive and second is active learning. What happens in passive learning? Actually, in passive you are only listening the English conversation, watching English movies and reading, but still you are not speaking. Okay, even you are absorbing the language but you are not speaking. And then active learning, you are thinking in English, you are practicing to speak in English. Okay, that is the real and the best way to speak and to learn English speaking and writing as well. Okay, include writing there. These are the active learning: writing, thinking in English, and practice of English speaking. Without this, you can't speak a language. And last reason about which I want to talk, that is fear. You have fear in your mind that reduce the confidence to speak in English. You have fear that people mock at your English, right? You have fear that if you make any pronunciation mistake or any mistake, then people laugh at you, right? And they will make fun of your English. Maybe they can say that if you don't know English, then why you are speaking English? But don't worry, don't get disappointed. Okay, you have to just speak because you are learning English for you. And now come to the solution section, but I will say that learning English is a long term process. Okay, it won't happen overnight. I am going to tell you about simple and powerful steps that will help you to speak English fluently. So follow these steps and improve your English speaking journey. Step 1, the great way to make your mind to think in English is throughout your day. Describe what you are doing. Like if you just woke up, then imagine in your head that I woke up at 6 o'clock. After that, I got freshened up. Okay, after that, if you did some meditation and yoga, then try to think that after that, if you walked for a while, then okay, imagine, and then you talked with someone after you came back your home. Okay, and what you have done, you just need to think in English about your day, because the more you practice like this, okay, the more natural it becomes to you. So you really need to practice like this, because this is the natural way to learn this language, and the goal is to make your brain to think in English. So this is the perfect way to think in English. Okay, a step 2, start with simple words and phrases instead of thinking in long sentences, because simple words will make you habitual to think in English directly. For an example, if you see an apple, then try to think about that in English, not in your native language. Okay, and if you see any tree and whatever you see, just you have to imagine about that in English, not in your native language. Okay, this is the great way to make your brain to think in English. Okay, for an example, if you see an apple, then try to make sentences with that using simple words like this apple is really tasty, it is red in color. Okay, it has seeds into it, and don't worry about mistakes, you are free to make mistakes. Okay, because mistakes can make you perfect. And the third step is listen and repeat. Whatever you are listening, you have to repeat, but focus while repeating. Okay, don't repeat everything, just repeat the keywords. Okay, and I hope knowing the reasons and solution will help you to improve English soon. Okay, bye.